It's kind of a funny story. So I hiked the Colorado Trail in 2020, and when I got done with it, I fell in love with backpacking. And my best friend Nick would often take me to trailheads, and I'd say, "Hey, pick me up in 9 days. I'll come out of the woods between this time frame." And he would yell out his car window, "This is our point of separation. Like, I love you, dude. Don't get beamed up." And it became like this ongoing joke that I was gonna get like beamed up by aliens. My name is Kristen Carpenter. I am the owner of Separation, also the chef. I bag all the food, and I'm also a janitor. I make freeze-dried backpacking food. It's all shelf-stable for 25 years, and all you do is add boiling water back into it, eat it directly out of the bag. I've lived in Denver 13 years. The pandemic hit. I left my career of 12 years and moved to Breckenridge. Fell in love with the mountains and backpacking and wanted a better, healthier alternative to the backpacking food that's on the market. Obviously, where else would I be based? The mountains here are absolutely beautiful. I love the Rocky Mountain Range. Freeze drying takes out most of the water out of the food and has a 25-year shelf life. As opposed to dehydrating, it takes out only a small percentage of the water. The food is a lot heavier, and it only has a 6 to 18 month shelf life, as opposed to freeze dry is about 25 years if you store it correctly. I bought a freeze dryer for myself, making my own backpacking food out of my garage in Breckenridge. There's a big difference between my meals and what's on the market now. I would say the biggest difference is it's all made by hand from scratch in small batches using only fresh, whole ingredients. We do no artificial flavoring, no added preservatives, and no artificial coloring. Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, military MREs. I'm like, have you ever read the ingredient list to a military MRE? It's disgusting. You look at my ingredient list, and it's like chicken, spinach, things you can pronounce. There's not a single item in my ingredient list that you can't pronounce. The freeze drying process is a 100% natural way to preserve food. So I never understood why other companies that are on the market have all of these preservatives in their freeze dried food. It just doesn't make sense. So here at POS, we use only fresh, whole ingredients, and everything on our label are things that you can read. The very first one that I made was a shoyu pork ramen. I love good food. I've been to 34 countries, and a lot of my food is based on my travels. And the pork ramen was just so delicious. Anytime I'd go on fly fishing trips or backpacking trips, I would just bring a bag and hand it to my friends, say, hey, I made this, let me know if you like it. That snowballed into people showing up at my house being like, hey, I went fly fishing with so-and-so and had one of your meals, can I buy a bag? And so the company actually launched with just one flavor. The more, pretty much just got sick of eating ramen for like a full year. And so I added more to it. Mumzy's Gumbo is my partner's grandma's gumbo recipe. She's 98 years old. She's born and raised in New Orleans, and she made me make this recipe like 20 plus times, freeze dried, and send it to her before she ever signed off on it. And she was like, you can't put my name on the label until it's like done well. Indian butter chicken is just one of my favorite things to eat. It also reconstitutes really, really well. And then my last one is a vegan Thai green curry. And my biggest issue for backpacking is I always want vegetables. I want something green, I want something healthy, and freeze drying vegetables to get them reconstituted is sometimes a hard thing to do. So in the vegan curry, you get all of the nutrients of eating vegetables, but in like a curry base. My biggest complaint with backpacking food and how the company started was not only the gross ingredients, it was the shape of the bag. So you either had to carry a really long spoon or you got your hands dirty. And so I designed my bags to actually open up into a bowl, so just a normal size spoon works perfectly. In Colorado, everybody here is outdoorsy, and they all care about good food and their health and their nutrition. And so with POS, we provide best of both worlds. We encourage, especially women, to get out into the backcountry, learn to fly fish, learn to backpack, but at the end of the night, eat an awesome meal and reward yourself with great nutrition. My goal is obviously to be an REI one day. And I think that there's more to just backpacking food in the freeze-dried market. I really genuinely believe in the next 5 to 10 years, you will go to a grocery store and you'll buy a bag of freeze-dried food for dinner. It's shelf-stable. The grocery store doesn't have to pay for refrigeration, and all the nutrients will stay the exact same, and all you need is boiling water. So it's great for natural disasters. It's great for sending it overseas. You can eat it on an airplane. You can put it in a vending machine. It's really honestly limitless of where freeze-dried food can go. It's changing the people's perspective that it's gross. Before I came to what I call is like the gold mine of label company, Columbine, I had issues with just timeliness. I had a hard time getting people to respond to my emails. I was a very small startup and people just weren't taking me seriously. And it sucked because I kind of hit all of these dead ends of I want to get the ball rolling, but no one would pay attention to me because I was so small. And then I found Jeff at Columbine Label. He never once made me feel like I was just a small business. He cared about every single thing that I wanted with my labels and genuinely felt like he cared. He has been to my warehouse. He's seen my facility. He went to one of my expos and saw me like, out in the wild. And to feel like a company cares about you and what you're doing, it makes the world of difference. Bright labels and colors will catch a consumer's eye, and you only have like split seconds to get your product in a consumer's hand. So for me, I wanted it to embellish what my company stands for. And that's just goofy, fun, bright colors, and just bomb food.